In the far reaches of the galaxy, deep within the Nexus Empire, a sprawling consortium of advanced alien species, humanity was considered an anomaly. Not particularly strong, fast, or technologically superior, humans were treated with a mixture of curiosity and indifference. They were seen as a lesser race, insignificant in the grand scheme of galactic politics and commerce. That was until the trial of Captain Rachel Morgan. Rachel, a human starship captain from the distant Terran Federation, had been captured by the Nexus Empire during a border skirmish. Accused of trespassing and espionage, she stood before the Council of Elders in the Great Hall of Judgment. The council was composed of the most powerful and ancient beings in the galaxy, each representing a different species, some millions of years older than humanity. She was shackled, dressed in the simple gray uniform of the Terran fleet, her eyes sharp and defiant. The vast chamber was filled with representatives from 100 different species, all eager to witness the fate of the human who had dared to challenge the Nexus Empire. At the center of the chamber, an immense holographic screen displayed the charges against her. The primary accusation was her involvement in the destruction of a Nexus military outpost. It was a facility that had been used to monitor human activities along the border. The evidence was damning. Intercepted communications, surveillance footage, and the testimony of a Nexus commander who had barely survived the attack. The council's head elder, a towering, crystalline entity known as Garros, spoke in a voice that resonated like the chime of bells. Human Rachel Morgan, you stand accused of crimes against the Nexus Empire. Do you deny the charges? Rachel straightened, her eyes scanning the assembly. I don't deny that the outpost was destroyed. I ordered the attack. But you're leaving out the part where your soldiers were enslaving my people, experimenting on them like lab rats. I did what I had to do to protect my crew. There was a murmur among the crowd. Slavery and experimentation were not officially sanctioned by the Nexus, but in the far reaches of their domain, many rules were bent. Garros' crystalline body shifted, refracting the light in strange patterns. Human life is of little consequence in the grand design of the Nexus. The actions of one, or even many of your kind, do not warrant the destruction of a Nexus facility. Your defiance will cost you dearly. Do you not value your own existence? Rachel's gaze never wavered. I value the lives of my crew more than my own. And if you think human lives are worthless, then you've already lost more than you know. A deep, booming laugh echoed through the chamber. It came from Zur, a hulking creature with thick scales and sharp tusks, representing the Rethian species, one of the Nexus' most fearsome warrior races. Humans always so dramatic. I've seen your kind in combat. Fragile, easily broken. You have no place in this galaxy of giants. Your species is lucky to even exist on the fringes. Rachel clenched her fists, but remained calm. She knew this trial was about more than just her life. It was a statement about humanity's place in the galaxy, and she wasn't going to let it end here. Another member of the council, a sleek, serpentine being with glowing eyes, hissed, "If humans are so valuable to themselves, why then, Captain, should the Nexus recognize such worth?" Rachel looked directly at Garros, the leader. Because human value isn't measured in strength or size or lifespan. It's in our resilience, our capacity to learn, adapt, and survive. You think we're insignificant, but we're not. We've faced extinction before, on our own world, in our history, and we've always fought back. We survive, we innovate, and we never forget who we are. There was a pause, and the tension in the chamber thickened. Garros tilted his head, his crystalline structure glimmering ominously. Survival, Garros mused. Resilience. Interesting concepts, but they are not unique to your species. Rachel took a step forward, her chains clinking softly. No, they're not unique. But we don't survive for survival's sake. We fight for each other. We sacrifice for something greater than just staying alive. That's the difference. You want to know the value of a human? It's not in how hard we can hit, but in how much we're willing to give, even if it means losing everything. The hall fell silent. The weight of her words seemed to hang in the air. For the first time, many in the chamber began to reconsider the human standing before them. Garrow's crystal face remained impassive. You speak of sacrifice as if it holds currency in this galaxy. But what you fail to realize, Captain, is that the value of a species is determined by what it can offer to the Nexus. What can humanity offer beyond defiance? Rachel smiled faintly, the kind that hinted at something deeper. You'll see. We don't break. We evolve. And one day, you'll be asking not what we can offer, but what you can learn from us. For a moment, it seemed as though Garrows would respond, but instead, the Elder's form shifted, the light within him dimming. Your defiance is noted, but the Nexus has no use for sentimentality. You are sentenced to execution. Take her away. As the guards stepped forward, Rachel stood tall. She wasn't afraid. She had made her stand, and she knew that even if she died here, humanity's fight for recognition wasn't over. The Nexus might see humans as weak, but they would soon realize the truth. The value of a human was not in what they were made of, but in what they were willing to do to protect what they loved. As they led her away, a ripple of unease spread through the council. In the coming years, the Nexus would come to understand exactly what Rachel meant. Humanity was far from insignificant, and their true value was only just beginning to be revealed.